Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining. If you didn't know, my name is Milton Fonkwa, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do me a favor and you tap that little red subscribe button beneath this video. Alright, thank you so much guys. Yesterday I received a message from a friend. He was asking me if it's true that the European Union has banned a list of countries for international students or internationals to move inside, and I told him I was going to find out. So finally the information is true, but not according to what he told me. All right, so today I'm doing this video particularly for international students who intend to move to the European Union and study, and those who intend to move in the future. Because yesterday, Tuesday, was the day the European Union met, so they decided that some 14 countries are the only countries in the world that will be permitted from Wednesday to enter into the European Union. Okay, now it is going to be a mind-blowing or a disaster to international students who had applied for universities in the European Union. But however, international students need to understand that it is because of the COVID-19 or the post-COVID-19, the killer disease that has been killing a lot of us around the world. That is the reason the European Union, which is also one of the biggest bodies in Europe, decided that just some few countries have to enter into the European Union. China is also on the list, but Chinese citizens, or let me say people from China or Chinese, will be permitted into the European Union if and only if China agrees to also accept European Union citizens into China. Alright, so that is why China is on the waiting list. They have to also confirm if European Union citizens can also move into China. So now what international students need to understand is that already I have an information that the Belgian embassy in Cameroon is not going to be taking student visa applications anymore until next year, January 2021. Alright, so if you have applied to Belgium, make sure you write to your school and tell them to defer your admissions. Alright, so that is the only way you can succeed in this. But now, if you have applied in other countries, let me say Germany, Italy, Switzerland, Poland, Netherlands, and all the other European Union countries, there is something you need to know. If your country has not been allowed or have not been permitted to move into the European Union as of this day, it means that you will not be able to apply for the student visa. Alright, so what you can do is you can tell your university to defer your admissions, because according to what the European Union President said yesterday, Charles Michel, he said the rule is not permanent. Therefore, some changes will be made along the line, as they are also monitoring the situation with respect to all countries, which means that along the line your own country can still feature and you might be allowed, or you can still apply for your visa to go study. All right, because a lot of schools, or let me say a lot of programs, the academic year in Europe is usually from September and October. Most of their programs start in September and October, so you have to understand that. And again, as I said, if your country was not allowed into the list, all right, you should check, write an email to your school, to your university, telling them that they should defer your admission, because of course they know that this is the law coming from the European Union and it is not permanent, as I said, which means that in the days ahead some more countries will be joining, which means some other countries will also enter into this, will add into this 14. All right, so it depends on the way the coronavirus is reducing in those countries. And we also have to understand that some countries were not badly affected. That's why they were selected into this to enter into the European Union. Now there are basically 14 countries that were selected by the European Union. You have to understand the European Union is the biggest board, or one of the biggest boards controlling Europe, all right, because it is made up of 27 member countries, about 27 or so, yes, if I'm not mistaken, member countries that are together. So they are the one to decide if people or students can enter into these countries, all right. So yesterday the law was made and only 14 countries were chosen, as I said, and China is on a waiting list, which means that the Chinese authorities also have to accept European Union nationals too, all right, to move into China before they can be permitted to also move into the European Union. And among these 14, these are the list of 14 different countries that were selected. Let me start with the African continent. Among the 14 that were selected, we have just 4 African countries which are among. They are Algeria, Morocco. They are. We also have Tunisia, and we also have Rwanda of Paul Kagame. I also understand Rwanda had to feature on this list because when I was doing some research, I realized that in Rwanda, robots were permitted to test people for coronavirus. So you have to understand that Rwanda is already getting to an advanced stage, which means that they were improving, or they have improved in the past years, right? The others are also Tunisia, Morocco, and Algeria, alongside Rwanda. So these are just the 4 countries in Africa that will be allowed into the European Union from Wednesday, July 2nd, all right? The other countries now includes Australia. We also have Canada. We also have Georgia. We also have Montenegro. We also have Japan. We also have New Zealand. We also have Serbia, South Korea, Thailand. And we also have the Uruguay, or let me put it at Uruguay. Yeah, as you all know, there was I think that was 1 month back, the New Zealand Prime Minister came out with news came out that New Zealand was already free. That was what their Prime Minister said, right, of the coronavirus. I know New Zealand cannot be badly affected, so I'm not surprised if I can find New Zealand, Australia, Canada, alright, Japan on this list. I am not surprised. So you too, you know why. So you don't have to be surprised, because these are countries which are more advanced, and they have special ways to fight the coronavirus. Even Rwanda, I give Paul Kagame. Paul Kagame is doing a great job in Rwanda, because in Rwanda, coronavirus patients, or let me say, people were not tested. People were not testing other people. What they were using, they were robots to test people for the coronavirus. So it is somehow advanced. So Kagame, Mr. Paul Kagame, has to be given some accolades. He deserves some respect for that. So again, we also have to understand now that among these 14 different countries, with China making 15 and it has not been confirmed, international students, this is what you must know. 1, there are schools that you have applied for, and let me say, if your country is not on this list of 14 different countries I mentioned, make sure you write your school, alright, because it is not permanent. As I said, some countries will be added in the days ahead, as according to Charles Michel, the European Union President, alright. So if you had an admission that you were supposed to start studies by September or October, write your university. They already know the situation on ground. Write your university. Tell them that this is the situation, alright. They are going to defer your admission, so that way you are not going to get it difficult to get another admission letter when it's January 2021, alright, or from January 2021. They can just defer it for you. And there is also something that can happen. If you have gotten an admission, remember, some of these schools are already using are implementing the online study portals, alright. So which means that in the days ahead, they might decide that students are not going to school, therefore we will continue with the online system. If you have had an admission, the admission committee or the board is going to notify you that the system is going to be online. That way you can if you are paying your tuition fee, you can pay, then you start the process online with them, alright. When situations calm down, or let me say if your country is not permitted to move in and out of some certain countries, you can now apply for your visa and go. All right, it is going to be an advantage for you if the school program is online, or the teaching programs is done, or the teaching is done online, and you also apply, all right, to study online too. Don't allow them, if it is online, don't reject the offer. All right, also study online. All right, when it's time, you now apply for your visa and you move in and complete your program. All right, so that is another advantage you can do, because I know there are some universities that are going to implement that. All right, so if they say start online, then later on you can apply for the visa and come, it is going to be an advantage for you. And remember, if they start the program online and you do not partake in the program, or you do not participate online, and when you are going to apply for your visa or the student visa, remember that it will already be one semester that has gone behind. All right, and if you don't show a proof to the embassy that you were also taking part in the online lectures, you will be rejected. The visa will be rejected from you. So if your university says the program is going to start online, then later on you can apply for the visa and move into our country, make sure you start it too with the other students that way. All right, so don't forget that, because if you don't start it, the embassy is going to reject your visa. Reason being that the semester has already gone, or one semester has gone, and you didn't study with them, which means you are not serious. All right, so don't forget these things. So for those who have been asking questions, I hope your questions are now clear. There are only 14 countries which have been accepted by the European Union, all right, to move into Europe, or to move into any of the 27 member states in the European Union, because not all countries in Europe are in the European Union. I hope you guys know that. In that case, if your admission or if your university is in a country, all right, which is not found in the European Union, you also have to contact the embassy to verify, all right, if you will be permitted or if you can apply for the visa. All right, because not all countries are found in the European Union. Also note that even Americans cannot go into the European Union. For that I understand, because they were badly affected by this corona, they are still suffering the effect up till date, all right, about the coronavirus stuff. So that is what you international students and internationals have to understand. All right, so guys, if you have any further question, make sure you comment in this video below. I am going to respond straight away, all right, or immediately. Then for those who have been asking me a lot of questions, please, if you watch my video and you have problems, make sure you go to the video description, you check if there are links or there are helpful informations there for you. All right, if you can't find them, then you can post a message to me in the comment box below. All right, because I have some viewers who are doubting. There are things that are found in the description box, but they can't find it. All right, so this is what you all need to know. And if you haven't subscribed, it is a normal routine. Please make sure you turn on that red notification bell, all right, and like and comment on all our videos. All right, I have a lot of videos in my channel talking about study abroad opportunities. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about things you need to know, all right, before you move, or jobs in Istanbul, Turkey. All right, so thank you so much guys, remain blessed, bye bye.